ICG is a company within the Naspers Group, and we focus on customizing learning solutions for the South African market. Within our stable, we have four big distance learning organizations, specifically Intech College, Durham Correspondence College, Lyceum, and Success. And we enroll some 50,000 new learners every year. We are increasingly expanding into also corporate training and other workplace training, specifically on the further education and training side. We're also busy with an international expansion as well as into Africa. So we're in a key growth phase in our organization. Well, part of our annual training strategy is to bring in sales consultants in the training company to get our sales force refreshed, invigorated, so that we can increase our annual sales. So it has historically it's been part of our annual process. What we did initially was bring them in for that very purpose, simply as a sales training exercise. And while we were engaging with them in the process of training our salespeople, we realized that there was an enormous opportunity for them to play a much bigger role in strategically partnering us in driving our sales. And from there it evolved into a strategic partnership, specifically relating to driving our sales force. Well, I think something which is very different about them, traditionally you will find that after sales training, your sales force is motivated, they shoulder to the wheel, and you get a spike in your sales figures. The difference between a traditional sales training company and Elephants is that they go to the core driving force of your sales, and they install behaviors, patterns and tools which are simple yet create a sustainable pattern which is significantly above your previous sales trend. And that, I think, is the key differentiator between Elephant's approach and maybe a more traditional training company. I think that there were two key elements which made an impact. The first is a simple tool called a sales tracker. When you experience the tool, it seems a very obvious thing to use, yet quite difficult to ensure that salespeople continually use it. The results that resulted from us installing Sales Tracker had a significant impact on every sales agent's ability to manage their leads and therefore to convert them into sales. It's a very simple yet powerful tool which we'll continually enhance over time. One of the things that I found very unique about Elephants was the way they partner you. I found Elephants to partner your journey towards your strategic vision. It might sound like a very obvious thing to do, but they drive your sales initiative in the context of where your business is going versus just focusing on the closing element of sales. I think the approach, another thing which I really enjoyed was the effort they take to firstly understand your business. Not only the sales process, but the uniqueness of your sales process, what the requirements are of your sales process, and how that specifically fits into the context of your greater business strategy, also in the 2 to 5 year context. That understanding, launching off that understanding, ensures that you address the right things which give you the sustainable results. So firstly, that I found quite unique and very beneficial. Well, I think the name would give you a clue. I would say very different, innovative, challenging. I think they challenge your paradigms, forward-thinking. You need to obviously understand where your business is going, and then bring them in and have a roundtable chat with them and explain the key elements of your business and where you see it going, and then get into a conversation on the role that they can play. Whilst they are certainly specialists in lifting your sales process and your sales results, they certainly give a huge amount of strategic input to other areas of your business as well. Business is about people, their business is people, and so from there, and then to take it from there. From my side, Certainly the change of behavior and of the people in our organization, and not only the people that were involved specifically in the training programs that we run, but on a broader scale, how we've adopted the philosophies and the strategies and some of the tools which elephants have installed in the sales process across a much broader front in the business. And also we've learned to challenge existing paradigms and believe in the possible and to chase the possible. It's almost as been, an analogy could be going from a copper internet connection to a high-speed broadband. It's given our company sort of bandwidth, and we've challenged paradigms that we've been stuck in for years. Project 29 was born out of our sales training initiative, whereby we are trying to lift the number of our leads, or inquiries as we call them, that convert into successful enrollments. We pushed the boundary and decided to set what seemed like quite an unrealistic benchmark, and then pursued that. The result was that across our sales force, we got a lift of some 7 million in sales in 3 months, which was a significant impact and directly attributable to our sales force adopting the tools, methodologies and approaches that were installed from elephants. Well, we are certainly, as you mentioned, Project 29 and the successes we've experienced so far are phase 0.1 of a journey which we are going on. We certainly have raised our game. We've increased the size of the part we're going to play in, and we're going to go on a journey whereby we continually lift our sales and our presence in this country to probably 2 or 3-fold what we currently have. And we see elephants as being a key strategic partner in achieving that. I think it's critical that the initial contact certainly is with the owner of the business outcome. That is where the impact is. That is where the impact will be felt, and that is ultimately where the results roll up to. The initiatives and the day-to-day interaction will be across the organization, but I do think initially that the owner of the result is going to be the primary beneficiary, as the organization will, but it's right at the top.